I'm Mark Cuevas, your host for New Media Weekly. Join me as we explore the world of new media with the people who are creating it. I have the pleasure of speaking with Jeff Koenig, who is the creator and founder of OMFGeek, YouTube channel and producer, new media producer extraordinaire.
I try to be extraordinary.
Tell me a bit before we go into what you're doing at the moment. Tell me about your background and how you came to be a producer in the new media world.
Well, the producer part is really funny because I kind of went through every other job first to get there. I started out in high school as an actor and moved to LA to chase the same dream that everybody else usually does. Kind of fell in love at one point with being behind the camera. I had gone to school for illustration. I was going to draw comic books, and I used that to transition into on-set production. So that gave me a lot of experience to work with and a lot of background knowledge, and I was still on a trajectory for a traditional TV and film career up until about 2005, 2006. And then when YouTube hit and Blip hit and streaming video became a thing, it just became much more easier to watch and enjoy online video, and there was no way for me not to look at that as an opportunity. So I transitioned exclusively into new media and online video.
So was it the fact that it was easier to get your material out, or was it just the nature of the medium that attracted you?
I had been in Silicon Valley for the initial .com boom prior to the bust, and I had seen the way that the entrepreneurs at that time that were behind companies like Google and Netscape and Yahoo had taken advantage of being able to just bring something new into the world and make some money at it. But mostly it was their ability to create entirely new industries and create value for people, whether it was in entertainment or technology or business. Something as silly as PayPal, which is huge and has changed the way that we completely live our lives.
Absolutely.
Was not even remotely possible before the internet. That set a precedent for me when I started focusing on video exclusively to take that kind of change the world mentality and see if I could leverage it, because I honestly thought that, and still do, there are audiences out there, and it's a great opportunity for the creation of some amazing content that we've never had before.
Tell me about OMFGeek.
One of my theories, and other people like Machinima have proven this, as well as several cooking channels, and Next New Networks did a great job of taking original productions and aggregating them for a specific target audience. One of the ideas that I wanted to implement in my career was not having to start over with a brand new audience every time you make a production, and being able to continually make new content for a specific audience, so that as you make a new show, the audience from your previous show is already there and looking for what's next.
Right.
As far as choosing that audience, it was pretty easy. I'm a huge geek. I love geek stuff. I love comics and sci-fi and all kinds of stuff.
Organic.
So, and there's a couple of geeks online. So that
a few.
Just a couple.
Right.
We started doing some research, and between video games and movies and comic books, toys, all the various things that fall under the blanket umbrella of geek, it's like $50 billion in consumer spending a year. Actually, it's more than that. We stopped counting at 50 billion. We were like, yeah, there's a market there, and.
Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. He stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's.
By the way, I would like to say on a personal note, the Sith Who Stole Christmas is a family fave and will be played for the children every year.
And that's a fantastic video, which goes to the other side of OMFGeek. So there were really two goals. One is the ability to do original productions and sustain an audience and grow an audience over the course of those productions. The second part of it was the idea of using aggregation and curation to bring an audience's attention to content online. Because let's face it, most of the video sites out there, from YouTube to Blip, they're and everything else. They're functional, but they're basically warehouses of video with a search bar on front. The only way that you can find anything online at the moment is if you know what you're looking for.
Right. It's like trying to find a needle in a stack of needles.
Yeah. And that works as long as you know you're looking for a needle, and especially if you know what type of needle. You know, you can't go to Google or YouTube or any search box and type in, show me something good.
Right.
And get a return, because it doesn't work that way. The algorithms cannot solve the discovery problem from that side. What can solve it is curation and building up, taking the opportunity to build up a reputation to say, you know, we're going to find the best stuff out there for you so you don't have to look for it. So something like the Sith Who Stole Christmas, we didn't make that video, but we're very happy to feature it and bring attention to it because we think it's amazing and it works for the audience that we're, you know, trying to build.
It certainly works in my household.